What is going on out there, good people? And welcome back to LMD Trading, where it feels like I just made one of these videos. And I guess I really did just make one of these videos. I'll ask again, how you doing out there? As for myself, I'm doing well. Just wrapped up doing a video on a INTC trade that I am in. And now I'm sitting down to get this daily trade recap out of the way. Today was a fairly decent day. We would have had a day of nothing but green trades had I not went against my better judgment and took a trade on, I think it was after 11:32. Oh, look at that. I took that trade at 11:27. Let's go ahead and bring up TRADERVUE. Take a look at the details. Reviewing trades for Wednesday, March 15th. Took 5 trades today. Closed P&L $73. That's on 4 greens and 1 red trade. That Microsoft trade. Got to give props to my man Evan over hanging out in the Discord with us. He took this same trade and he was green on the trade. But me trading options, I'm red on the trade. And I don't think I even let him know that I was in the trade at the same time that he was in it. But that actually would have been a green trade had I just hung on to it and stuck it out. But put a stop in place, came back, it tagged me. I got out of the trade. No harm, no foul. As the title says, what the HALT? What in the HALT? I'm going to look at one trade on here today that I want to focus on. FRC. This thing right here. I literally was, I won't even say literally was getting ready to put an order in. I clicked the ladder to get in a trade on FRC, looking to buy, I want to say, it must have been just one put, or it may have been 2 puts at the time, looking to buy some puts on FRC, and this thing halts. And I don't know it, it just, Thinkorswim gives me an error. Your order was not accepted, the stock is halted. And I'm like, what the heck? It was just moving. Unfortunately, I didn't have OBS running at the time because I was getting a little lag. So I did not have OBS running because I would have loved to have seen when that thing did that. But I'm going to come up here. There's a website called NASDAQtrader.com, and they have a HALT scanner. Not really a HALT scanner. It just tells you what stocks are halted. So I guess I can't say it's a HALT scanner. It just tells you the stocks that are halted and the times that they were halted. Let's come down here and look at around that time that we were getting in. Look at that. 9:47 this morning, FRC, and it keeps doing that. Where we at? FRC, First Bank. It was a HALT code M for volatility. And it came out of the HALT at 9:43 and 13 seconds. So remember that, 9:43 and 13 seconds. Look what time we got in this thing. 9:52 and 45 seconds. So got in right after that bloody HALT. Wasn't really a good space where I got in the trade. And you see I held on to this thing for an hour. I made $30. I probably, if I had not have got out right there, I would have made about $175 on this trade. So let's go ahead. Let's bring up Thinkorswim. We are going to just look at FRC. So let's pull that one up. Let's get a big picture view. I love this. When you see this purple, it's gonna always be in a down channel, and this is an hourly down channel. Now, this was after I was out of the trade. Me and Evan were talking in the Discord, and I told him, I think I need to adjust this channel. It was about right up in here when I said that, because this didn't come all the way down. But look at what it did. It did come down right to where I had my channel drawn at. So it was adjusted fairly good. But let's go ahead. Let's bring up, let me see which one of these I was in. Let's see which one has a P&L on it. Guess it's only going to be that one. Let's come on over. Nope, let's sort it. There we go. There it is right there. $30. Booyah. All right, so we good to go. Something else I want to show y'all. And let's see if I could bring it over. This is the option chart. I dropped this. Let's see when I dropped this on there. Let's cancel write extension. So I dropped this right there. This is something else I was talking about in the Discord. I'm like, these option charts, if they have volume, they trade just like a stock chart. Watch them extend this to the right. Look at that. Now, it tried to break out of it. It came back in. Usually I always say that if it gets out and it gets back in, that next move is usually pretty strong. You get that one candle that pushed this thing all the way up. Let's look and see what we got in. Actually, nope, we won't even do that. What we'll look at is see where we got out at. We got out at 350. Had I stayed in 10, 15 minutes, I would have been up another $50. Had I stayed in this thing 30 minutes, 450, I would have been up another $100. And then look what you see here. Previous high of day for the option chart, not for the stock, but for the option. Look at what it did. It peekabooed over, rolled over, and it just kind of chopped around, got back above it, got back below it, chopped around. So it is using it. So if these option contracts have volume, they are traded just like a stock. But let's go ahead. Let's drop an arrow where we got in on the actual option chart. And I'm going to kind of, we'll go back and look. Let's see. It's 1 minute chart. Yep, 1 minute chart. So getting in right here. I wanted to get in this. Let me pop back over here and see what time this thing got halted. It got halted at 9:47. So I was trying to get in this right here as this was failing VWAP. Basically just trying to trade it back down. And this is why I say that this was fairly bad entry, if you want to know the truth, because I have missed the meat of the move coming from the top of this channel. I've missed the meat of it. I'm already 75% of this move gone, but I was just trying to get this little extra 25% out of the trade. I was trying to get in there. It got halted. And I'm like, why is it halted? No volume, little volume. When it came out of the halt, it wasn't like a big gap down, a big gap up. So it pushed down. I got in right here and I held on to this thing because I didn't put a stop in. I'm going to just be honest with you. I held this thing all the way up through this. So you see, look at that. Let me bring this over to where I'm going to be getting out at. Look at what it does. It comes all the way back up. It retests. I almost bought a put right here, and I should have. I should have, when this thing didn't break, it came back up here. I should have bought one right there. I really would have made money, because let's look and see right here on the stock chart is right here on the option chart. I would have been buying at $230, and I got out at $350. So I would have made $120 buying right there and trading this like I know it was going to do. It trades all the way back down. I get out in this candle right here, as it leaves this bottoming tail, thinking that it's going to get pushed back up. It doesn't. It gets pushed into the 20 moving average and continues lower. Continues lower until we finally get the move all the way back down. Let's bring this over. Let's see where we're at on this chart now. So that's the meat of the move. We're back up to 460. We were in at 320. So that's $140. And again, had I took the entry when it was tapping the top, why I didn't do it, I don't know, because I need to trust what the chart is showing me. It's in this channel. Trade this channel. And that's the beauty of this hourly channel. I know I'm going to get some lower time frame pullbacks, but I have to trust the channel. So that was our what the HALT trade, because I don't think I've ever seen one that just kind of like arbitrarily halts on no volume. The code was a volatility halt, which I guess they must have seen something in it that made it halt like that. But decent trade, made money on it, but it wasn't really a good trade. And that's what I have to be honest with myself about. Just because I made money on a trade don't necessarily mean it was a good trade. Waiting on that thing, having patience and letting it come all the way back up to the top and then getting in, that was the move. I had one of those trades yesterday, I believe, and I said the same thing. I held on to it. I should have bought when it got up to the top of that channel and then rolled it back down. It would have averaged my cost out a little bit on that first contract. But I don't need to be doing that. I need to just wait on my entry. Wait on my entry and then take the trade. On that note, thanks as always for checking me out. If you have not already hit that like button, please do so. If you haven't already subscribed, please think about subscribing. And as always, we can continue the conversation in the comments. This market still one of those things. It's hard to figure out what it's going to do. That Microsoft trade. Microsoft was a thing of beauty, and then it just was popping off candles and then flushing down, but no volume, spiking back up, chopping around, flush back down on no volume. I stopped out on one of those candles that flushed back down on no volume, and then it ramped right back up again. So that's why I say that trade should have been a green trade, but I had a stop in place. I got to take my stop. That's the way you should be trading. If you got a stop in there, take that stop. Take that stop. You can live to trade another trade, especially with stocks. With options, you're only going to lose what the contract is. With a stock, yeah, that thing can flush out on you and you can lose big. So on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this one up and we'll be back at it again tomorrow. Peace. And I forgot something. Somebody had asked me in the comment section to mention where I'm getting in and out of trades. I'm going to work on writing out show notes. So before I take to making this video, I could just jot down some notes and go through those notes as I'm doing my recap. So sorry I didn't do that on this video, but I'll work on that in the future. All right. Peace.